So this has had a chance to sort of cure overnight. I'm going to go ahead now and erase all the pencil lines, and then I'm going to go in and make any of the corrections that I noticed while inking last night. So I'm using a soft vinyl eraser, and the combination of letting this dry overnight and the soft vinyl eraser is going to make this far less likely to ghost. Ghosting is when your eraser picks up some of your ink and it leaves it sort of faintly gray. So since erasing is going to shake the heck out of my table, I'm just going to go ahead and erase off camera and then check in with you guys. So I have finished erasing this and it is covered in eraser shavings. So you want to grab that drafting brush again and ideally brush away from your tabletop surface, especially if you spent some time cleaning it up while preparing for a new project. And this will also allow you to see any areas that you might not have erased as well as you should. And be able to get to those again. And you want to work with clean hands, and if you can, you want to work with a cover sheet because your hands have oils in them, and that can cause smudging if you're working with some water-based inks. Like, okay, you see these, the big borders on this side? Even when fully dry, those will still smudge. So I want to make sure I don't rest my hand on that. Alright, so I think I got all of the, well, maybe not. Really helps to have that drafting brush handy, because that way you can smush away the eraser shavings and see what you've got. And if you've got an eye for detail, that is great, because that certainly comes in handy. I do not, so I have to rely on sleeping on it and having fresh eyes. Alright, I think that's it. So, get all the eraser shavings off. And our next step is going to be to make corrections. And there are a couple of products that I like to use for that. I like to use Copic Opaque White, and I thought I had one on my tabletop. I also like to use a Signo white gel pen, and with the Copic Opaque White, I like to use a nice synthetic brush like this. And you're also going to need a water source, because the Copic Opaque White is, here, let me open it off to the side. It's pretty thick. Mine has definitely gotten thicker over the years. So having some water and being able to mix it sort of like gouache is really helpful. Unfortunately, these are water-based inks, so we have to be really careful. Our Copic Opaque White, our white Signo, our cup of clean water, and a scrap piece of paper to act as a cover sheet. And this is mixed a little too thick. And with your corrections, you honestly don't want to get too nitpicky, because you can end up messing things up more than you fix them. See, I just got my hand in that. Fortunately, it didn't smudge on me. I'm going to try to fix this terrible whale down at the bottom of the page. Unfortunately, my hand is not being particularly steady. So once this dries, I'm actually going to have to do corrections on top of my corrections. But that's the only area that I'm going to have to redo, so pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my correction stuff and let this dry and get to it in a little bit. And you want to at least give it 10 minutes of dry time. If the Copic Opaque White isn't fully dry and you're using a water-based ink, it will basically reactivate it and it'll be gray and mushy and terrible. So you want to give it plenty of time to dry. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I made those corrections off camera. So this page, other than scanning and re-lettering, and that's going to be pretty easy because I did that pre-lettering digitally, other than scanning and re-lettering, this page is finished and ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bordering oh wait, I lied to y'all. Look, I have all of these little bits and bobs to correct. How did I miss that? That's easy though, because that's where the white signo comes in. You can just do it like that and then go over it again if it's not opaque enough or if it reactivated that ink. Like I told you guys, the ink that I use for these borders seems to be dye-based rather than pigment-based. So it is very easy to reactivate even if it's fully cured. And going through and fixing those little border smooches is a great idea. It just really makes the page look a lot more finished and more professional. And it's such an easy thing to do with a white gel pen. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful and useful. I hope you found it inspiring. I hope it makes you want to go out and make comics of your own. If you guys have any specific questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to help you out. I am working on more intro to comic craft videos, so if there's something you want to learn how to do that I haven't covered yet, especially in terms of like lettering or final corrections or publishing, just hold tight. I will get to those. It just takes time to make comics, right? So, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, etc., etc. I'm actually going to go over this with opaque white because it is bugging me and it's not really getting covered quite appropriately with the Signo. But I hope you guys will not only go out and make your own comics, but I hope you will check my comics out. You can find my webcomic, 7-inch Cara, online at 7inchcara.com or 7inchcara.tumblr. Or you could purchase the entire first volume, which is chapters 1 through 4, if you like to read ahead, or if you don't like cliffhangers, or you like to read in the tub like I do. You can find that at natosoup.com/Cara-comic. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to showing you all of these pages when they're finished. Bye!